Alright guys, as promised, I am finally going to share with you my coming out letter to my parents. I wrote this letter with my entire family in mind, not just my parents, but they were the main focus. I actually had my intentions were to give this letter to every person that I'm close to in my family, so I wanted to send it to both sides, grandparents, and I wanted to send it to both sides, aunts and uncles. I even really considered sending it to my older cousins that are, mentally more mature to really absorb the information. What ended up happening though is I only sent it to my parents, my dad's sister, who I had come out to before I came out to my parents. She was the only person in my family that I had come out to. And, her husband, and that was it. I actually thought I had sent out a letter to my mom's sister, my aunt that I've, always have known since I was a baby. And it turned out that letter was never sent. I found it in the draft folder. So, which explains why she never responded. And I was really kind of tripping out about that. I was like, oh no. So when I wrote this letter, I talked to my counselor about it and what it should entail. And really, the whole thing was just not writing them off or making it sound like I didn't care. I think sometimes we get really caught up in our emotions and we feel so like we were kind of trapped and closed in for such a long time that when we finally get to come out and breathe, this new air and this new life, we can go on kind of a kick where it's just like, it doesn't matter what you say, I'm gonna do this, it's my life, and sometimes I think that can backfire, where it can almost sound like you don't care about their feelings, you don't care about them, and that's how it's interpreted, and that may not be how you feel. You want them to care, you want them to be in your life, you obviously, or you wouldn't be writing them or speaking to them. So it was important that my family knows that, I do care about what they think, and I do want them involved in my life. And the other thing with the letter was I had to really summarize everything that I had done to ensure that I wasn't compromising my health, and that I was being taken care of by physicians. And also I had to really break down what it meant to be a trans person, transgender, transsexual, someone that, I had to explain what it means to be gender fluid, and then explain the entire process of what has already happened and what was going to happen. So I did that, and I believe I might have summarized the end with kind of touching on spirituality and my faith and my relationship with God. And that was important because I knew that that's something that, and it's not only just important to me, but it's very important to them. And that was part of the reason why they didn't accept my coming out the first time as being gay, was because they had told me that they felt that I wasn't going to go to heaven, and that really broke their hearts. And so, they just felt like it was unnatural and it was against the Bible. And so it was important to talk about that and where I feel like I stand. And so with no further ado, I'm going to go ahead and read you the letter. Alright.